So I had a snowboarding accident June 25th, 2000, at a mountain. I was barely 18 years old, just out of school. I was with my mates. I wanted to do a really big gap jump. I just felt like that. Well, I just had that drive to want to do something big. Originally, we were going to do it across a cat track. So like where the Casporas go, they cut into the hill. So originally I wanted to just jump one of those. It's fairly safe, but it would be cool footage, cool video, cool photos, sorry. And the night before my accident, I'd planned to go on this side of the mountain. And then later on that night, we had a bunch of rain. And that side of the mountain copped the rain worse. And one of the boys said, go on the other side of the mountain. And there's not as much rain. There's some cat tracks over there. So we were walking up a road, which was a new road. And then I saw, it was pretty big jump. So it was like quite high in the road. And then there was a down ramp. Even though it was quite big and looked scary, it was actually safe because it was just basically just dropping off. But when I scouted the down ramp, there was just too much rock and not enough snow cover. I was like, there's no way I can land on that. Like, I'm fucked. So we walked a bit further up, and then I found like a bit of the hill where it sort of dropped away. And then, but it was really good snow cover for a down ramp. But I'd have to set the jump back a fair way back off the road. I think from memory, we measured it was anywhere between 75 to 85 feet gap. So most of that was all asphalt. And all my mates are like straight away, like, don't do it. It's fucking stupid. And I had this one track mind. I was just tunnel vision, like, no, I'm doing this jump. Already made up my mind that day I was doing a big jump. And I was like, for me, I walked it out. I looked at it, spent about half an hour just really thinking about it. Never once did I think I'd come short. Like, I planned to overjump that. And the thing about that is I could overjump that by 10 feet or 100 feet because it used to be an old run, so it was quite a long, steep run, and when they cut the road in, so I knew I could go as far as I wanted. So for me, I was like, worst case scenario, I'm just going to go big and it's going to look sick, and I never ever once thought I'd come short. I've never come short on a jump. Every jump for me, I always planned to overjump. So we started building the jump, and the whole time my mates kept saying, this is fucking stupid. And I'm like, you can either help me or you can go snowboarding, like, it's cool, I'm doing it regardless. And then some other things happened, which I probably won't bring up, but basically I was given the green light that I could do it. And at 320, I couldn't test run the jump where I could actually roll off the jump because it was asphalt. So like I basically had to go as fast as I could and then at the last minute pull out. But then I was also mindful not to do a big deep carve because then I'd stuff my run in. So we soldered down the run to try and harden the snow as much as possible. Like I had the boys for ages just like skimming the snow, so we made it almost like ice. And so as I said, my plan was to hit that thing as hard as I could and just clear the road. But the problem is because I couldn't feel the transition, like in hindsight now, all that stuff, like I realised
you don't know how much you're going to sink as you hit it with speed. Yeah.
And like I didn't know that like I should have had it just a bit flatter, not as much lip. And plus we were kids, like I was 18. Like you think you know everything at 18, but we were still learning about snowboarding back then. Like we started snowboarding 92, 91, 92. So we're like, I only been snowboarding 7, 8, 10 years or something like that, off and on. And so anyway, when I built the jump, I was like, nah, it feels fine. The running, I know I've got enough speed. Even when I stopped about 10 feet before the jump, I knew in my head, like, you can do the maths. And so my mates grabbed me each arm and, like, slungshot me in. And as I'm approaching, I'm like, okay, board feels good. I'm getting speed. Like, calculate quite quickly that, okay, I'm going to make it. So I'm good. And as I was prepared, I just remember I went past that point of no return. And that split second, I was like, okay, I'm fucking committed. Like, we're hitting this thing. And then the moment I hit the transition from the run-in to the jump, I just felt my board just bend. I've never felt my board bend. It was like I hit a brick wall. And I was like, fuck, I've made this way too short. Like, it's too steep, the transition.
And absorbed all your speed.
Yeah, it just took away all my speed, which threw on my heels. I don't know if you've snowboarded before, but if you hit a jump on your heels, it just automatically flips you upside down. and I just lost all my balance. I just wasn't ready. I've never hit a jump and that's happened to me. And so when I hit it, it sort of almost made me do like a hillside turn. So I also washed off speed doing a hillside turn up the lip, and it flipped me upside down with the board. And I just remember, like, I'm going to hit this road. Like, I was upside down. I'm just like, fuck, this is going to hurt. And I remember thinking, just land on your knees and hands and just break your arms and legs. Just don't land on your head. But once I was upside down, I didn't have any way of being able to get my feet underneath me. I just remember like the whole one in there in the windows. I was just trying my hardest to get my legs underneath me, so I'd just break my legs. Or at least land flat, not on my back. And then it was almost like when I went up, I got to a certain point, and a few mates said I literally just stopped and just went straight down. And I just saw the gutter. I'm like, I'm fucked. And I laugh about it now just because it's how else do you deal with it, really?